It's the fat chip.
There's this crazy idea that women are more emotional and men are more logical. But that's not real. Women are not more emotional, men are not more logical. And when you say they are, you perpetuate the stereotype of women being irrational and erratic, and of men being reasonable, objective, and somehow what they say is closer to truth. These terms, emotional and logical, are usually used very loosely, each one associated to a specific gender. Women emotional, men logical. But these terms can be used in varying contexts to talk about personality traits, to talk about who feels more, to talk about decision making process, whether you are more logical when it comes to making decision, or you get my point. Today, we are discussing them as communication styles, ways people express their thoughts. If someone says, that man is staring at me, that's emotional communication. The person jumps straight to the conclusion, straight to the feeling. But if they say, that man has been sitting there for hours, barely glancing at the book he's holding, and he won't take his eyes off of me, that's logical communication. The same message, but this time it's expressed with structure and explanation. Both same experience, same concern, just different delivery. So some people communicate in a raw, direct way. They go straight to the emotional truth of what they feel. That's emotional communication. Others communicate by building context, explaining the details, showing you the steps of how they arrived at that same feeling. But because they've built it logically, to you, it doesn't look like they've arrived at a feeling. Rather, it looks like they've arrived at a truth. That's logical communication. And this difference in delivery isn't gendered. Anyone can speak emotionally, anyone can speak logically. It's simply a style that can be learned or switched depending on the situation. A mistake we often make is thinking that communication style equals emotional capacity, but that's not true. Someone who speaks calmly and logically might still feel deeply, and someone who expresses with emotion isn't necessarily overwhelmed or chaotic. They're just communicators using different roles. But we forget this so easily that we begin to attach moral value to this mode itself. Logic becomes good, emotion becomes bad. Now, yes, I'm not ignoring reality. Women often develop stronger compassion and emotional attunement. I believe part of that comes from our biological role in nurturing life, from carrying a child and then to caring for the child who can't speak, they can't express themselves. So to raise a child, your emotion spectrum needs to widen. You have to expand your sensitivity, and you have to become aware of things that are not said, only felt. But still, that doesn't predetermine a woman's communication style. Compassion, empathy is not the same as being emotional in the stereotypical sense. A woman can be incredibly logical, analytical, structured, and many are. And on the flip side, many men who seem logical are carrying entire worlds within them. They just don't express it outwardly. I think we sometimes forget that all of this logic, reasoning, emotion, expression, it's just different ways of being human. The fact that I respond well to things presented logically does not mean I'm cold or detached. And someone who expresses themselves emotionally isn't irrational or dramatic. Emotion doesn't automatically mean heart, and logic doesn't automatically mean truth. They are simply boxes we use to hide or to express our fears, our desires. Some express those things in structured sentences and neat patterns. Others express them in feelings and tone and energy. But underneath all that, we're all the same. We're all just humans speaking different languages. And it'd be dumb in this day and age to let language be a barrier to communication and connection. Thanks for thinking with me today. If you like this video, make sure to check out other videos in the catalog. You might just find something that speaks to you. Until next time, my name is Mariam Fak.